What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Spencer. I missed this announcement quite a bit ago, but there is a new archetype out, and I think it has something to do with equip spells, which is pretty hype. For some reason, I kind of want equip spells to be good because there's a lot of good equip spell support, but there aren't that they aren't that many like actual good equip spells in the game. Maybe like two. So okay, we'll start here. It's Sword Mikanko. Okay. Mikanko, huh? All right. Hair. It is a fire warrior. Okay. Good start already, right? Because there is that equip spell that searches a fire warrior monster. So, of course, probably Ice Soul's going to be involved if they're all. That's a spellcaster. But I guess it doesn't really matter because if this is a play starter, that's just what you're going to search anyways. Okay. While this card is not equipped with an equip card, you take 0 battle damage from battles involving this card. Fair enough. While this card is equipped with an equip card, it cannot be destroyed by battle. Also, your opponent takes any damage that you would have taken from battles involving this card. Alright. I mean, okay. If this card becomes equipped with an equip card, you can add 1 Mikanko equip spell from your deck to your hand. Alright, so it's like a searcher with battle phase effects. I guess that's pretty good. How mad can you be, right? If your starter also can just kind of poke your opponent in certain situations. Can't complain too much, I guess. Okay, I think we're just going to keep going here. This is Mirror Mikanko Nini. Quite the names we have here. Level 3 Water Spellcaster. You can only use the effect of this card once per turn. While this card is not equipped with an equipped card, you take 0 battle damage from battles involving this card. Pretty neat, I guess. While this card is equipped with an equipped card, it cannot destroy battle. Also, your opponent takes any damage you would have taken from the battle. Okay, so same thing. During your opponent's turn, while this card is equipped with an equipped card, quick effect, you can target one face-up monster your opponent controls. Take control of it until the end phase. Okay. That's good. I was thinking of the Luminous Lunar Dragon. But it has to do with attack points. I guess this is just a little bit better. It's not a bad effect for sure. It's just hopefully the equip spells go around the fact that equipping spells is like really bad inherently. Because if they get rid of this and they get rid of 2 of your cards, we'll see what they do. But this isn't like if you get that out, like it's a pretty decent thing to have happen. Wasn't expecting a ritual, but here we are. Princess Mikanko. You can ritual summon this card with it. I always want to check first when I see the ritual spell if it mentions it. Probably not, right? It can be used to ritual summon any Mikanko ritual monster. You must also tribute monsters. No. Okay, fair enough. No pre-prep. It's like they're too scared to make good pre-prep targets, I think. There's like literally only a handful in the game, I think. Okay. Never mind. You can reveal this card, add 1 Mikanko card from your deck to your hand, then discard 1 card. That's unfortunate, right? Can you just have a good card? Why does there always... It's like, okay, you're going to balance this deck, but you're not going to balance, like, the next one. So, I don't know. It just seems kind of lame. Cannot be destroyed by battle. Also, your opponent takes any damage that you would have taken from battles involving this card. So it's a pretty battle phase protected thing, huh? You can target 1 equip spell in your graveyard. A quick effect, equip it to an appropriate monster on the field. So there are a couple equip spells that are like anti your opponent. So if you can get them to the graveyard with Ice Souled. I think there's one that negates effects or something. I think it's like a mass card, something like that. So that could come up. I could see that happening. Anti-equip that you can send off pretty early if you just go into 2 warrior monsters, which makes this card a lot better. We'll see what the ritual spell actually says in a moment, but here's the obligatory field spell. Does it search upon activation? Well, okay, so this is Gates of Heavenly Mikanko. While you control a monster equipped with equip card, your opponent must attack your monsters equipped with equip card. Okay, so they just basically they just punch into it, but your opponent wouldn't do that. It's almost like you wish you could force it. Like when your opponent goes to the battle phase, immediately after, like you have to attack them or something, But I guess maybe that would be too good. During a battle involving your Mikanko monster, your opponent cannot activate effects until the end of the damage step. At the end of the damage step, where your Mikanko monster battled, you can send one equipped card you control to the graveyard. That monster can make another attack in a row. Yeah, I mean, that's just, if it's searched, maybe. It's too battle phase heavy, right? It's almost like a trap card or something like that. I don't even know how to explain it. Like, if you saw this in your opening, you'd be like, ah, okay, this is bad. This is very bad. This is a quick play spell. Great Mikanko Legend. You can only use each of the effects of this once per turn. Special summon one Mikanko monster from your hand, ignoring its summoning conditions, but return it to your hand during your opponent's end phase. Okay, so I guess you can just cheat this out. That's interesting, right? I guess it just depends on what the equip spells do and like what you can do with it. That's cool, because like if you do it during your turn, obviously you get it for 2 turns. It's kind of lame. It's almost like it's not really that great of a ritual monster, so is it so bad that it stays? Well, I guess, no, okay, right, then you get to just add it back to your hand and they can search again. And really, you can just search this if you really wanted to. Meh, I don't know. It just seems worse than like Splite Starter, you know what I mean? When you think about it that way. Not that it really matters if it's like meta defining or not, but it just feels kind of underwhelming. During your main phase, you can banish this card from your graveyard, send one Mikanko card from your deck to the graveyard, except a copy of itself. So I'm assuming you'd want to send one of these equips to the graveyard so the ritual can, you know, equip it to an appropriate target. You can only activate this card once per turn. Special summon one Mikanko monster from your hand or graveyard, and if you do equip it to this card, then you can special summon one monster from your opponent's graveyard to your opponent's field, but its effects are negated. Can't be destroyed by card effects. Then you can. I guess like in theory, if you're like going for a game or something, you can like bring out one of their like really high attack monsters. You bring out one of yours that's 0 and they take the battle damage. That's not great, obviously. Mikanko Purification Dance. It's a cool looking card. Okay, the equipped monster cannot be destroyed by card effects. If a monster is special summoned to your opponent's field, you can target one monster on each field, return them to the hand. Why are there so many drawbacks against yourself in this deck? Why are you fighting against your own cards? That's just bad. I just feel like it's really bad design. Again, like the only benefit would be like kind of doing this, but I hate that this makes you discard. This should just be a free plus. Because the deck really needs it, right? Okay, we'll keep going. Mikanko Temptation Rondo. Equip only to a monster your opponent controls. Okay. I kind of feel like all of them should have both. Like, there should be an equip effect for you and equip effect for your opponent. I feel like that would make this already a lot better. You can only control one face of Mikanko Temptation Rondo while you take control of the equipped monster. While you control the equipped monster, it cannot activate its effects, but you can attack, which is great. When this card leaves the field, send the equipped monster to the graveyard. And you can do that as a quick effect, obviously, so that's always nice. So Isol's going to be pretty wild, I'm guessing here. I think that's probably the idea. Yeah, because that makes sense. Alright, I mean, that's, we're definitely getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere at this point. I just hate that. Why do you want to do it on each field? It's not cool. Okay. This is Mikanko Kagura. So this is the ritual spell. You must also tribute monsters from your hand or field whose total levels equal or exceed the level of the ritual monster you ritual summon. Welcome to ritual summoning. Then you can destroy cards your opponent controls up to the number of equipped spells with different names in your graveyard. And if you do, inflict 1,000 damage to your opponent for each card that was destroyed. Whoa, okay. Okay, well now we're coming in hot. It's almost like you want to play I don't know, like polymerization. It's like going second deck, you know, and you have like Guardian Chimera and all that kind of junk. You're just destroying a bunch of cards. So as I'm looking back on this, I'm thinking like, yeah, I hate some of this stuff, especially the ritual monster forces you to, you know, discard something. Although I guess you can discard one of the equip spells, which have like uses in the graveyard if you use the ritual monster. The only thing I wish though is that it was an option. Then you can discard, or when you look at this one, it's like return 2 monsters, you know, you control to the hand. It's like, if only that was a choice to return to your hand. I feel like that would definitely help out. What level is the ritual 2, by the way? Okay, I was going to say, is it a 6 because of Beatrice? Because you want to send cards to the graveyard, it seems like. I don't know. That would be pretty funny, though. Okay. We're going on to the trap cards now. Mikanko Promise. Special summon 1 Mikanko monster from your hand or deck, but banish it when it leaves the field. Then you can equip 1 appropriate equip spell from your hand or graveyard to it. I'm guessing. I wish you could just, like, ignoring its summoning conditions, you know, and just bring out the ritual. Feels kind of slow. Feels kind of slow. It's like, is it really that good? I don't know. I don't really like that. I wish this should just be a spell card. Again, when I'm thinking about Splight, it's like, okay, you've just designed this card, but you made it worse for this worse archetype. How does that make sense? Mikanko Comparison. Normal trap. You can only use effects of this card once per turn. If you control Mikanko monster, target 1 face-up monster on the field, equip 1 appropriate field spell from your deck to it. Okay. If an equip spells is sent to the graveyard while this card is in your graveyard, you can banish this card and target 1 equip spell in your graveyard, add it to your hand. I mean, there already is that one that literally does this, right? That equips from the deck. So, like, these effects, like, a lot of them are the worst, and especially the ritual spells. Pretty cool. Ritual spells do not do this. Like, that's just not a thing. So, it's pretty cool to have, like, destruction effect. Could definitely help with the advantage. It almost looks like Yusei, doesn't it? I don't know. But, like, none of these... I feel like the equip spells needed to have graveyard effects to really help, because, man, you normal summon one of your, like, main monsters, and then you go to equip, and they just destroy this. With something just as stupidly simple as, what's it called? Evil Twins, right? And they just pop that. Is that not just the worst feeling in the world? And you just lose all that advantage? But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is like super heat and I'm just like stupid. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Other than that, that's going to do it for today's video, and I'll see you guys next time.